All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Kirk Jubeck, and I'll be your co-host for the webinar. I lead product for our portfolio of Workforce Modernization Solutions at InterVision, including our contact center and unified communications product offerings. Brent?
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brent Lazarenko. I'm the head of AI at InterVision, and I'll be your co-host alongside Kirk. I'm excited to share some valuable insights about how AI is transforming customer service, and in particular within contact centers. And so we're going to be joined by a special guest today, Sophia, our intern bot, conversational bot. Amanda, have you got her the invite?
I think Sophia is going to join us for the Q&A session.
Okay, let's move forward.
All right. So let's talk a little about InterVision. So InterVision is a leading technology service provider delivering and supporting complex IT solutions for mid to enterprise companies and also in the public sector. And we're excited about the opportunities using AI and generative AI within the customer service solutions. You know, InterVision has been at the forefront of AI-driven solutions in customer service space. And our approach combines a deep technical knowledge with a focus on improving customer experience, efficiency, and overall business outcomes. And today we'll dive into how AI, and particularly generative AI and conversational AI, is revolutionizing the way contact centers operate today. We'll go to the next slide. All right, so let's talk about some of the problems that contact centers are facing today. And really, these problems are not new. They've been around since really the beginning of call and contact centers. But new technologies have arisen over that time that allow contact centers to solve them in new and innovative ways. So some of the issues that I think a lot of you are probably familiar with are high call volumes. Right? High call volumes can often overwhelm the contact center, leading to long wait times for customers. And with increased customer expectations, contact centers often struggle to manage large number of contacts efficiently. Cost, right? Maintaining a contact center with enough staff to meet that fluctuating demand, especially during peak times, can be cost prohibitive. So balancing that customer experience and operational efficiency can be challenging. Also, consistency in customer experience across channels. So when you have multiple channels, sometimes it can be hard because you have disparate systems that are, managing these different contact points, and that can create an inconsistent customer experience when you have these different solutions that are trying to create customer experiences across different channels. Personalization, this is a growing trend right now to personalize those customer experiences. So, and that's often a problem when you don't have the sophisticated tools and integrations to make those conversations more personal. And then staffing issues, right? Burnout in agents can result in lower satisfaction, both for customers and the agents. Agents performing repetitive tasks, high customer demand, and lack of proper tools contribute to employee dissatisfaction. So really giving agents considerable time, effort, and cost, it's important that you maintain the agent's experience. So companies are noticing that today, that it's not only the customer experience that matters, it's also the employee experience. And then data, right? Contact centers collect a vast amount of data. And then you include that with enterprise data for like product and services can really be extensive. So, and business often lack the tools to drive meaningful insights to improve that service. So I think this probably sounds familiar to many out there, but let's go ahead and take a poll and we'll get an idea within our audience to better understand, what are the challenges that you're facing today? Is it long wait times? Is it call volumes? Or is it something else that's really pressing and brought you here today? So, Brent, you want to bring up that survey? Let's see.
Let's bring up that survey. Give me one sec here.
Okay. So if everybody gets out their phone, we're going to bring up a QR code on the screen. If you point your phone to it and click on the link, it'll take you to the survey, and there will be a few different options there. You can choose one to many of the issues that you're facing today.
Doesn't look like the survey is cooperating today. We might have to.
All right. Well, I guess just throw it in the chat then if there's particular areas that you want to, yeah, if there's particular areas that are causing you problems today that you'd like to address.
All right, so now that Kirk's kind of walked you through some of the problems that we have within the contact center space today, before we dive into how artificial intelligence is impacting it, I think it's important to just understand the different aspects in the ecosystem of artificial intelligence and how they may apply to some of the solution sets that we'll talk about. So holistically, when we think about artificial intelligence, we're trying to look at technologies that mimic human intelligence. So great examples of these things are self-driving cars or physical robots working around. You see a lot of this in the McDonald's today, people serving it. You see artificial intelligent robot bartenders. And so they're popping up all over the place. When you kind of deep dive into that a little bit, you have the field of machine learning. In machine learning, this is where we're taking a whole bunch of compute, we're taking vast amounts of data, and we're combining them together. And humans are directing those compute and datas and to get a specific outcome. Very specific, very taught outcomes. And it's asking the compute and the machine learning to tell us and predict how those might come about. And so great examples of this is predicting in the call center environment agent schedules based upon certain metrics, call volumes, call data. What would the schedule on Tuesday look like? And so if we go down even further into deep learning and generative AI, and this is where we're seeing a lot of the innovation happen in recent years. This is the ChatGPTs, these are the conversational agents. And this is where they are taking that same compute power and the same data sets. And instead of humans telling them, predict me an outcome for this end goal, it's making its own predictions. It's saying, hey, we've looked at your data and we've able to extrapolate certain outcomes that you might not have thought about. And this is important because this is the power behind conversational AI. And this is the power on when it can create images, videos, and contextual language using natural language bots is really transforming the call centers today. And so if we take that field of AI and we start moving it towards what does that mean from a use case and solution perspective, you got six major things that are impactful. And the first one is AI conversational agents. And this is where you have AI-driven chatbots and virtual assistants are handling routine inquiries, and they're reducing wait times for agents to focus on complex issues. And so another important one is omnichannel support. This is where AI and generative AI is having a very consistent experience across different omnichannels. This is where whether they come in through an email, they come in through voice, they come in through a video or a text, the bot is giving a consistent answer to the same problem sets. It's giving it in a response time that's very consistent, and it's giving it in a tone and a sentiment that is also consistent. And so, regardless of how your clients are coming into your contact centers, the omni-channel support and experience is being commonized across generative AI. The third one, and I'd say most impactful today, is Agent Assist. This is where bots or informational views or experiences are on the agent screens and the desktops. And in real time, they're analyzing the video calls, the text bots, the chats, the questions, and they're helping agents real time with summarizations of the call, outputs of potential ways to handle those interactions with your policies layered in, and then they're actually giving predictive outcomes of what they think that the client might say next. And so very powerful, really accelerating the client and agent experience. As we move to the right-hand side of these things, we see sentiment and predictive analytics. Again, this is more traditional AI, where we look at mass amounts of data, data that comes across all of your call center and contact center scenarios. And we push stuff in like weather data, traffic data, industry specific data that might be applicable to your call center, and we look for very specific predictive outcomes. This is important around scheduling. This is important around training on how we train agents. So these are being used in various manners. I kind of delved into the next one, training and quality assurance. Again, this is where generative AI is listening to your interactions or viewing the interactions with your clients. And it is detecting patterns and summarizing patterns and is coming out with training recommendations. Hey, we feel like you have gaps in these questions when you're addressing it because of the tone and sentiment with the clients. And here's where you're doing a great job, and you should emphasize this more because it's having a positive outcome, which led to more sales or a higher rating. And you should train these with your agents and contact centers. And then the last one is obviously 24/7 support. Humans can't stay up that long, and it's difficult and sometimes expensive to have that type of coverage. And so lower level transactions can be 24/7 in your call centers with generative AI responses. And again, like we talked about with the omnichannel support, it's a very consistent message. So these are probably the top 6 ways that AI is addressing contact centers today, and helping them and agents become more experienced, automated, and a better experience. But I'll pass it back to Kirk and see if he would like to elaborate a little bit more on some of the benefits.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about the business outcomes because really that's the important end result of all this work is those business outcomes. So for customers, AI provides quicker resolutions and more consistent service, meaning fewer frustrating delays or mixed messages. And for agents, AI takes on routine tasks, allowing them to focus on more complex and engaging issues, which not only boosts job satisfaction, but also enhances their productivity. From a business's perspective, reducing cost, whether it's through automation of tasks, better resource allocation, or the reduced need for large staffing is a benefit. And additionally, it gives you a treasure trove of data that through AI-driven insights that facilitate data-driven decision making. Um, the benefits of up-leveling solutions and turning the dial on the important metrics that matter to you, even by a small percentage, can have a major impact on the bottom line. So, reducing the number of actions to live agents, reducing those average handle times, and more can lead to positive return on investments in a very short time.
Right.
All right. So, the new and improved AI-enabled intelligent bots across the channels that customers prefer in natural language conversation leads to an overall improvement of customer experience. And agent empowerment is a growing trend that businesses now understand can be as important as customer experience. So, disgruntled and burnout agents which are expensive to train and operate are not going to provide the best customer experiences. So we're seeing a lot more solutions out there that are not just focused on customer experience, but also on the agent experience and empowerment. All right, so you might ask, how do you make this tangible today? So the important step to make this real for your organization today is to start small with proof of concepts in areas that you think are going to have high impact to turn the dial on the metrics that are important to you, and then scale those solutions quickly. Once you've identified those tangible results, then work to get wider buy-in from within your company and scale up those solutions continuously to continuously innovate and stay ahead of the competition. All right, next slide.
All right. So, we talk about some of these benefits, but there is some skepticism still. There's still some criticism and some people and reasoning behind the adoption of those 6 kind of AI solution sets that we articulated in the previous slide. In particular, people, seem to believe that AI will fully replace human agents. In the near future, and that's just couldn't be farther from the truth. AI in the next 10-year cycle, which we'll see in the previous next slide, is going to complement and help automate and increase the customer and agent experience. But from a current state, people think that these top 6 reasons are some of the things that AI is misconceptionally about. And you can see it destroys jobs is probably the number one thing that we see today as a misconception. I think this is a good slide. This slide articulates a combination of Forrester and Gartner reports around how AI will perform in the next 10 years against certain industries and use cases. And so on one side, you're going to see weather prediction. And this is where clearly now in the next 10 years, AI just does a better job at predicting the weather than meteorologists. They can crush more data quickly, they can take more variables in, and they can run more models in seconds instead of looking at patterns humans might do. However, on the opposite end of that pendulum, we have personal care and therapy, where now in the next 10 years, robots just simply won't be able to give that personal touch, that human interaction that's required for healthcare. And so you can see in the middle, the red customer experience or CX experience is where contact centers lie today. And what this is telling you is that in the next 2 to 3 years, humans will still outperform their counterparts. But quickly, what we'll see is a shift where there will be an AI human coexistence, where a lot of the tasks that are performed in customer contact centers today will be done by AI. And so it is a shift that is coming and predicted in the next 2 to 3 years. But it will be a combination and always be a combination of efforts and collaboration. And so what I mean by that collaboration is this next slide. In the next 2 to 3 years, and probably the foreseeable future, you're going to see AIs and humans collaborate together. And together, they make powerful experiences for contact centers. But the decision-making power, the intuition, the caution, the sensibility is going to be always left with the agent. And what is going to happen, obviously, is all the tasks that are being done to solve problems quickly, compute power, algorithms, chatbots, those are going to help automate some tasks that give back the power to the agents to apply the intuition and to use their skills and training to make a better customer experience. So if I was going to take anything away from these last couple slides, I would say that this pendulum is going to swing in the next couple of years. And AI will help automate, but in the next 10 years, it will still be a collaborative effort. As we move forward and we start looking at the art of the possible and where AI could take contact centers in that 5 to 10 year period or beyond, there's three major factors from an AI perspective that are going to drive this. The first one is the evolution of foundational models. So foundational models like ChatGPT, BART, T5, these are revolutionizing the way conversational AI is happening today. So conversational AI is becoming um, the foundation where they're having omnichannel support. So before, traditional bots were only able to do voice interaction, and today's bots are able to do voice, text, language, and video interactions and translate that down into commonalities and conversations. And so that is going to continue to morph itself. And what we're going to see is foundational models which are very specific towards industries and very particular contact center industries. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of years you see ChatGPT for contact centers. ChatGPT is an example, or OpenAI for contact centers within manufacturing. We're going to get very linear and we're going to get very vertical very fast. And that's just going to be powerful for the conversational agents to layer on top of. The next big thing that's going to happen, not just within contact centers, but all across AI, is synthetic data. Generative AI's ability to create data sets that mimic your virtual twin or the twin of your all the interactions within your call center at scale and at mass. This means that we could have millions of calls or millions of chats or millions of emails come into your contact centers to train not just your actual agents themselves, but we could also train the bots and the bot and agent interactions. And so we're simulating, not with your real-time clients, but we're simulating with synthetic data based upon the call patterns and history of your company and industry and training people through that. So synthetic data is going to be a huge game changer and the ability to train models as we go forward. And then the last one is human understanding. And so between synthetic data, foundational models, and all of the innovations that are taking place, bots, interactions, and understanding of human emotion is getting exponentially better. So it's able to understand tone, sentiment, facial expressions, and it'll even get to the point of temperature, if my face is red right now in this video, if my eyes are dilated, it'll start interacting those and creating sediment and emotional interactions, and it'll base its responses or it'll give understanding and summarizations to the agent based upon some of this data points. And so it's starting to understand the human element a little bit better, which makes the conversational bots even more interpretive and more conversational and more value output. Kirk, anything you want to add here?
Yeah, if we go to the next slide, we'll talk about some of these in more concrete terms. So, we've already talked about these a bit, but I'll just go and revisit them. Um, you know, Areas where Gen AI has really been used in the contact center and getting a lot of attention today. The first, the intelligent chatbots that we just talked about. They've improved the customer experience with natural language conversations and capabilities beyond the traditional IVR and conversational bots of the past. Customers will be more likely to complete the task in the bot, improving containment or the call deflection rates that significantly reduce costs. The second one in the middle, the agent assistant, Brent mentioned that a little bit earlier on. This provides the ability to transcribe the conversation in real time within the agent's desktop, and then provide suggested responses back to that agent in real time, for things like product and services. And these agent assistants are saving agent time and decreasing that average handle time by 10 to 20%. So if you look across even 100 agent contact center, it can be significant cost savings. And then lastly, the Gen AI powered conversational analytics. They can be used to automate conversation summaries, gather customer sentiment, like Brent mentioned previously, based on their words or their tone, and then automated conversation scoring that allows supervisors to evaluate a large percentage of the conversations in less time. So currently, where contact centers may be evaluating, less than 5% of the calls, I think that's probably at high end. With the automated ability to score conversations, you can get a much greater percentage of your conversations scored automatically, and it reduces the supervisor's time. So these are three solutions that we're really excited about right now that we're talking to customers about, and they all have great return on investment stories. All right, next slide. All right, so let's see, can we get Sophia to join us today?
Cool.
All right, if you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat, and I think there's a key.
Oh, I think she joined. Hi, Sophia. Can you introduce yourself?
I apologize, but I do not have the capability to reduce myself as an AI assistant. My role is to provide helpful information to you, not to alter my own capabilities or existence. How else can I assist you today?
Let's try a simple one. Sophia, tell me about conversational AI.
Conversational AI refers to AI systems designed to simulate human conversation, usually through voice or text-based interfaces. These systems are focused on specific tasks like customer service, technical support, or natural language searches. They use natural language processing and machine learning to understand and respond to user inputs in a conversational manner. The goal is to provide a more natural and engaging interaction compared to traditional menu-driven interfaces. Conversational AI can be a powerful tool for improving customer experience and streamlining certain tasks, but it requires careful design and training to ensure accurate and appropriate responses.
She does a better job than we do, Kirk.
Yeah, I think we're going to be, our jobs are at jeopardy here. No,
Sophia, what's the top AI solution for contact centers?
Based on the context provided, it seems the top technology solutions for contact centers often include 1. Cloud-based VoIP phone systems. These are more scalable and flexible than traditional phone systems, allowing agents to work remotely.
I should have asked her what are the top AI solutions. Sophia, what are the top AI solutions for contact centers? Sophia, what are the top AI solutions for customer contact centers?
Based on the information provided, some of the top AI solutions for customer contact centers include 1. Chatbots and virtual agents. AI-powered chatbots can handle common customer inquiries and tasks, improving efficiency and freeing up human agents. 2. Conversational AI. Advanced natural language processing allows these systems to engage in more natural, human-like dialogue with customers. 3. Predictive analytics. AI can analyze customer data to predict needs, behaviors, and future trends, helping contact centers optimize their operations. 4. Intelligent routing. AI-driven call routing can direct customers to the best-suited agent or self-service option based on their needs and the agent's skills.